Welcome back. It's been a little bit. Been dealing with a lot of shit, so here I am, back again. Today we're going to talk about banishing and banishing spells, and in particular one I did a few weeks ago for someone. Banishing is getting rid of any unwanted energy or anything that no longer serves you. You're just basically telling it to fuck off in a spiritual sense. Now, banishing, you can petition it during your spell work, write it 3 times on a piece of paper, fold it 3 times away from you, and then burn it. But don't just, you have to do it with intention. Don't just write shit down and burn it and then call it good, because that's not how shit works. You have to put intention into it, otherwise you're just burning a piece of paper for no fucking reason. So don't do that. You have to put your intention into it. If you're working with the deity, petition it to the deity and work with your deity to banish it. There's different things you can do, different things you can banish. There's also different things that can come in and bug you, like things like you're being watched. Like there's shadow people, and we've all know what shadow people are. They're like the cloaked people that just kind of just sit there and just... They're not necessarily evil, they're just pretty fucking annoying. They're also attracted to a lot of negativity and chaos. So if you have a lot of chaos in your life, like a negativity, a lot of clutter, a lot of all this crap, they're more adept to come to you. And again, they don't necessarily do anything, they just fucking bother you, and it's really annoying. There's also watcher spirits. Those guys are creepy. It's they're a little bit more uncomfortable than they are just annoying. They're freaky, they look weird, they look scary. It's basically like, and they just sit there and watch you, like through the windows and shit. It's creepy, it's crazy, it's scary. I know of someone who's seen them and they were terrified of them, but there's ways you can banish them as well. And then you can just, there's spirits that you can banish as well. Particularly, I'm going to talk about an experience I had a few weeks ago. I did a banishing spell for someone, and it was pretty intense, which is why I've kind of put off doing this video to talk about it, because I'm not saying it made me uncomfortable, because it didn't make me uncomfortable. It was just a lot. And the person who I did the banishing spell for is going to watch this video, and they can attest and tell you that it was a lot, because they were there in another room while I was doing the spell. So I get all my things together, I go to this person's house, I do a consultation with the family first, and I let them know that I am not a medium. I'm not a medium. I don't go to places and be like, oh, there's a dark demonic presence here, blah, blah, blah. I don't do that shit. During my meditations, a lot of spirits do come through and try to talk to me, and mainly people I know that passed and relatives that have passed come through and speak to me about stuff, and which is also really cool, but also really different. However, I did this consultation with this family, and they started telling me things that are going on, and certain things that their one kid was doing that they don't know. They didn't even know what was going on. Like, they didn't even know how she knew that. So I asked them to leave. I do a cleanse. I lock their mirrors. I laid some black salt down, so nothing can come through. Put protections up for them. I invited them back in. Now, I had let them know what I had just did, just to kind of get a feel for them and a feel for what I know is coming through, because I felt it while I was sitting there. I then asked them to leave, but one person I asked to stay behind in a separate room. I get everything set up, get my candle, get my ingredients, I guess you could say. And I start going through the whole ritual. During the ritual, this person came through. I've never seen this person. I've never seen a picture of him. I only knew the person's first name. But this person comes through. Spirit. He's angry and he's sad. I know what had happened. I know the story of what had happened. This person did something pretty shitty. And as a result of his actions, he was unalived. I'll just say he because I already said it. During this whole thing, he came through, and I see him and he's angry, but he's sad at the same time. He looks over at me, and he's angry, but he also has tears in his face at the same time. I'm letting him know that what's done is done, and he needs to move on, that this other person is safe. They're okay. Nothing bad is going to happen to this person. They are fine. Nothing is going to happen. She's surrounded by people who care about her. She's surrounded by people who love her. She is fine. Nothing is going to happen. So harming this other person and their family, it's not okay. They need to move on. And then as quickly as he came, he left. I'm still going through the ritual, letting my candles burn, letting my incense burn. I call to Hecate to help guide this person to where they need to be. He comes through again. This time he's not angry. He's more sad, and I can see him holding an object in his hand. A stick, something. And then he kind of turns over and looks at me like this over his shoulder. He's crying. And then he drops the object that's in his hand. And I told him to go with Hecate. She will guide him to where he needs to be. That it's okay. This other person is okay. She will be fine. And gone. So the amount of emotion that I felt during this whole thing was crazy. And the person that I told to stay there stayed and felt the same emotion. And she knew what was going on. She felt it as well. Afterwards, maybe about a week or so later, I met up with the family a few weeks later, and I asked them how the energy was in the house and how everything was. And they said it felt a lot lighter. It felt like everything was better. Everything was a lot more positive. The one person in the family, I felt like they were more like, hey, how you doing? So, but banishing is important because if you feel like something is off, if you feel like something isn't right, feel like something's bugging you, watching you, if you're just in a negative headspace, first of all, talk to somebody. Mental health is super important. So I'm not saying banishing spells it's a magic fucking cure, because they can be, but if you're not mentally all there, please contact somebody, talk to somebody, talk to a professional, get help. Don't do anything you would regret. Banishing is important, though, to get all this negative energy out of your space. Get it good and gone. Just get the ick out. Like, it feels like shit, just get it out, you know? It's all you cleanse. I try to cleanse at least once a week. It's just lately I've been lacking because I've had my own mental health to worry about too. So I've just been trying to get that straight before I do anything else. But anyway, well, make sure you lock your mirrors, ground yourself, and just be watchful of any kind of negative energy coming through. Because if it is, make sure you get it out. Start banishing it. But yes, for banishing on this one, I used a black candle. And what else did I use? Black candle, black salt for protection, some cloves and rosemary, and I burnt some lavender on in charcoal incense as an offering to Hecate while doing it. Also, if you're working with a deity, leave an offering as well as a thank you for their guidance and their help during the whole banishing ritual, spell, what have you. Always thank your deities. And I think that's it for now. I just wanted to share my experience with you on my banishing spell. So make sure to stay grounded. Make sure to do your cleansings and your spell work and your divination. Thank your deities, thank your spirits, thank the elements. And y'all have a wonderful day. Ask the family again. Edit that out, but you fucking saw that, right?